Hello, we're live. It's 3 in the morning, and yes again, I am dealing with my insomnia in a constructive way. And the constructive way I have chosen to deal with it is to do a live video and talk about my spiders and some YouTube gossip. Like, I've only recently found out about a lot of this stuff about a guy who's called Onision, whose real name's Greg, and like this guy's like 31 and his wife's 22, which is a bit dodgy. Bit dodgy. They've got two small children. Apparently, they've been grooming young girls online, like 16-year-olds, and then grooming them until they're like of whatever legal age, and then inviting them to their house. It's well dodgy. I mean, I was a fan of the whole that guy with the glasses, the Tig stuff, and the whole thing that came out about Jiwario was devastating. So, like, anyone who's a fan of his, or his wife's, like, I've, like, literally the last month watched, like, every video about this, because I am a proper gossip whore. That's why I've seen every episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like, so apparently, all this stuff's coming out. And so if you're like a fan of his, this must be really devastating to hear, because I remember like when all the stuff came out about Jiwario, I was devastated because I'd been like a fan and I really loved that stuff. So it was pretty devastating as a fan to hear about. So if you have my sympathies, because I can understand what you're probably feeling right now if you're a fan, or if you're like me, which is like a casual drama whore. What you're feeling probably now is excitement because of gossip and things. But anyway, this is Olivia's enclosure. I'm not exactly sure where Liv is. She's at a cricket today. I'm thinking she's probably in this area because that's where she likes to hang around. It's just where I cannot see her. I'm not sure where she is. But she had a cricket today. I do talk to them a lot. Oh, I see her leg. I see her leg. That's her leg. There is her leg. There. I talk to them because I'm a crazy spider person now, apparently. Yeah, so like, I said to her, "Do you want a cricket?" And I threw a cricket in, and she like that, cricket gone. We're going to try and take a look at Tasha. We're saving her for last. She has been out today and she's been walking around, so we'll have a look. So we got Ralph. What we're doing with all the slings is we're doing a water and fly check. So I've got a bottle of, this is spring water. It's a brand that they sell at a cheap shop near my house. So that's what I use for topping up water, because I like to use something that has been distilled. So this is Ralph. So we're just checking to see if he's eaten his fly. And while I'm checking, instead of me just repeating stuff a lot about them eating or not, I want to talk about this Onision guy. So if I think back, like, I'm in my 30s. So if I think back to like my late teens, early 20s, the kind of people who I admired at the time, if I was in the position that this lady, Lainey, had been in, which was she was a fan of his, and then he flew her out to meet him. I don't know all the details, but like, they met in real life and fell in love and got married and had children, which is wonderful. But if I let me think, if I married the person who I was like really into, in my early 20s, like, who would I be married to? It'd probably be Johnny Depp or Danny Filth from one of my favourite bands, Cradle of Filth. Tony has not eaten his fly. I think Ralph has, because Ralph's a pretty good eater. Yeah, I was a big fan of Cradle of Filth. Still am, you know, but yeah, you had a huge crush on the lead singer. And a huge crush on Johnny Depp around that time. So yeah, if Johnny Depp had called me and been like, do you want to come out to my house? You know, even though Johnny Depp is... Vanellope hasn't eaten her fly. Even though, like, Johnny Depp is older or the same age as my dad, I would have said yes. Because he was Johnny Depp and I was obsessed with him. Where are you, Vanellope? I do not see you. I see your fly, but I don't see you. Oh, there she is. Couldn't see her because of some of the moisture on the cup. So yeah, what they've been accused of is the lady. Well, she's not a lady. Sorry, she's a. He's they are a transgender person, and I believe that that Lainey has had some, like, you know, confusion. She's struggled with it. They've struggled with it. I'm sorry. I am not trying to use the wrong pronouns. I am just not very good at it, and I will try to improve. Yeah, so, like, they are just discovering their bisexuality, and there's been a couple of girls who've come and lived with them in their house, and I just find it so strange. And I cannot stop watching this stuff. It's like it's like the Kardashians, except, you know, like, the Kardashians aren't on YouTube and don't directly get that much money from me. I mean, Petra hasn't eaten. I mean, I have bought every Kardashians episode from iTunes. Not gonna lie. And, you know, all of the... Here's Petra. All of the, like, Life of Kylie and the Kardashians Take Manhattan and Chloe and Courtney do Miami. I've seen every single episode. Obsessed. So, like, I'm kind of a bit obsessed with this. Like, Onision guy has become my new Kardashian. This is what happens when the Kardashians go off season. Just looking for Pepper. There she is. So yeah, this has been really interesting for me, sort of seeing this drama unfold. This the guy had gotten in trouble with the police, with the state, because he lives on a wetland, which is like a protected area. I think it's something like a marsh, and he did some work to his garden without the proper permits and, like, damaged the wetland, and he's having to pay that off. And then he'd done a video asking people for money for, like, just giving or whatever, like one of those fundraising websites, where it was very clear he was asking for like a few $100,000 and was just basically asking for people to pay for him to do up his back garden, which is mental. And then he's kind of like saying, no, it's a joke. So, like, this guy's sort of a very interesting figure that I'm currently learning about. And apparently he's written a book. He's written a couple of books that are meant to be bad, but, like, I've read some really bad stuff because I'm a sucker for this type of thing. And so I would love to get hold of a copy of his book and read it and see if it is as bad as everyone says it is, or if it's just hate reading. Now, I'm going to get the camera ready because she did this really funny thing where she threw a temper tantrum at me when I checked on her earlier, and I gave her a cricket, so I'm looking to see if she's going to have another temper tantrum with me opening the box. This time, she was really funny when she did it. Where is she? Yep, there she is. And there she is, having a little temper tantrum. What is wrong with you, Tasha? Well, I know what's wrong with it. She's not very happy with me because I moved her log. But she wasn't seeing that food was getting into her enclosure. So this is why I had to move a log. Just topping up a water bowl and spreading some moisture. She has some castor shells in there. She's still got a fruit fly or two wandering around. This is why there is a bug gel in the corner, which you can see a fruit fly upon. That's just to keep the fruit flies hydrated while they're in there with her. She might eat them, she might not. She's had 2 crickets in the past 2 days. She had, 3 crickets in the past 2 days. I gave her one earlier and I believe she's eaten it. But it's really hard to tell when I'm looking through the phone screen because obviously I don't have my full range of vision. So I'm just going to have a little investigate here. I do think she's eaten the cricket. Well done, Tasha. Okay, I'm going to put her lid back on so she doesn't throw another temper tantrum at me. It was so funny, the one that she did earlier. She was really... I probably shouldn't laugh about it, actually, but I just can't help it. I just think that they're really funny. Really funny little spider babies. Where am I going to put this so that, like... There we go. See, yes. Yeah, I really want to read more into this. The thing is, though, I've been avoiding going to this guy's channel and watching the videos on his channel, because if this is a potential... If there's been, like, a crime, if there's been something dodgy... I don't want to sort of add to his ad revenue, if that makes any sense. So I've been primarily watching people like Original Owl, Repzillion, Strange Aeons, who I can think of off the top of my head. I think Moo Cake was one of them as well. And they've done like compilation-y type videos, which has allowed me to view the information and see some of the stuff that Onision and his spouse have put up onto the internet, but I'm not then like contributing to their income. So yeah, I want to read more into this and I want to watch more, but I think I'm gonna have to delve deeper down the rabbit hole. So that was everybody on the spider and the water and the fly check. Everyone has had a decent meal this week, so it doesn't matter that there's fruit flies, just having a little trot around, because they're not going to attack the spiders. They're the only fruity type things. I'll show you the updated now that insects have settled in a bit. So we've got the fruit fly box. That's the bug gel. It's gone down a bit. The colony looks like they've settled in. This is still pretty gross and manky here. This bit of fruit with all the dead fruit flies in it, but there's nothing really much that I can do about it. That's how it arrived. I've got another one of these boxes ready to put these in, the curly fly casters, but it's absolutely freezing right now. We've not got it that bad. Like, we've got it pretty easy here. It's nowhere near like the Chicago polar vortex levels of cold, but it is snowing, and all the tools and stuff that I have are kept in the shed, which is outside. It's attached to the house, but there's no like heat in there, so it is basically like just standing outside. So that's why I haven't got around to doing it yet, but I'll try it tomorrow because it's warmer during the day. And then this is the cricket box. They've had a good go at the carrot. I just put like 3 big slices of carrot in there. We'll probably take them out tomorrow to deal with, and try and get them maybe some fresh sliced potatoes or something. There is a little black beetle crawling around, which is apparently a kind of beetle that eats dead crickets and stuff. There was a larva in my previous batch, and I accidentally killed it, and I felt so terrible afterwards, because what had happened was I was trying to like grasp at crickets, because they kill the crickets anyway to put them in the thing, and I'd grasped this thing and I'd crushed it basically, and I had no idea what it was, and I'd asked on like a tarantula owners forum and said, like, what is this black thing, this little black wormy thing that I found in my cricket box, and they were like, oh, that'll turn into a beetle that'll eat the dead crickets. I was like, damn it. So yeah, poor little beetle. There is one in here somewhere. I think he's on his own, but I'm interested in the beetles and interested in finding out more. What's also interesting is that now this is like my second lot of crickets. These don't creep me out as much anymore. The first batch when I first got them really, really creeped me out, but I think now I'm just so used to it. Because I look at them all the time. This is really creepy. Curly fly box, really creepy. So we'll wait for them to start hatching. Not sure when they're gonna hatch. Hopefully soon, because I want to test the spiders out on them and see what happens. So that's everyone. That's all my food. That's my spiders. I can't wait till I get paid again so I can get more spiders, because I don't have enough. I don't think I have enough. I need more. Definitely more. Thank you very much for watching, whether you watched live or whether you tuned in later. I don't mind, as long as you enjoyed watching.